Does anybody else think that it feels like Friday today because of the holiday? It feels like it's just, you know, a long weekend starting tomorrow, and Thanksgiving itself kind of looks so different this year. But yeah, so today is Wednesday. 'Twas the eve before Thanksgiving. Hi, Robin. Hi, Lois. And hi, Cheryl. So great. I love seeing people pop on, so then I know that my connection's working, because my iPad, I've noticed this week, has been a lot slower here in my craft room. And so, so it's always fun to see that. But today I am on card number 3 for Linda Sampson's virtual stamp party. And yes, Cheryl, you get to watch live, which is really unusual. And it's not that I'm here much later in the day today, but you must be off work, or maybe I shouldn't say in case you're just taking a break. But I bet you're off work because it's late enough in the day you can be done. Hello, Joan. And so with card number 3, I also know that Linda is planning on keeping her party open. I know some of you have ordered already, and she's planning on keeping her order open, or excuse me, well, the party open until December 12th. So in the past, the beginning of December, they put out the retiring list, and sometimes that includes a sale. And so look for that maybe the first full week, or you know, a week into December. They haven't given us any information on that, but usually that's when they give Stampin' Up! Gives us that list of retiring things from the holiday, or excuse me, the June through December catalog, or August through December catalog, excuse me. So so yeah, so that will kind of give you a heads up that way too. And then some of you aren't quite ready to order and want to order through a party, so maybe that'll help too with deciding that. But I also want to remind you that Stampin' Up! Has extended their 24-hour sale because of glitches to 48. So you still have through midnight tonight. You know me, I'm up till midnight Mountain Time, 1 o'clock our time. So if you need help, try and get it to me before midnight. If you are good on doing it yourself, then you have till 1 a.m. So that will help you with that too. So those are the things, 2 things that I wanted to pass along to you before I get going, and don't want to forget to mention those 2 important things. So today I decided to go with Christmas card again for Linda's 3rd card, and part of it is there's just so much fantastic Christmas everything when it comes to Stampin' Up. I look through the catalog, and it's so hard to narrow down papers and dies and punches and bundles and stamps and embellishments for Christmas, because everything is just so fantastic for that. So so what I've come up with is the Dove of Hope bundle, because I just love it, and I feel like I haven't used it enough. Like I just looked on my shelf, and I'm like, I have to get that out again for you guys today. I've used it for Christmas, and I've also used that bundle for sympathy, and so it's worked really well for that too. Hi, Donna. Hi, Nancy. And I'm glad, Cheryl, that you won't watch me during work. I don't want to get you in trouble. So this is great. So I don't think, oh, here I am. I am on my iPad now. So I think I'm going to show you the card. I'm going to set that down. Kind of monochromatic with a pop of color. So there we have it. And I really enjoyed putting this together because the paper is just so pretty. So let me get my camera turned around here for you guys to see it the right way and such. So we have the Peace on Earth with the dove, and this font, I love big, if you know me at all, I love fonts that are kind of bold, and so I love this, and it goes right along with the dove being a bolder image too. So in the Dove of Hope stamp set, I have used this one for the sympathy. Today is the first time I've pulled out this one, and the doves, the dove dies create this kind of 3rd dove. So if you get the bundle, there's kind of 3 different doves that you have the options of using, 1, 2, and 3. So if you like to follow along, it comes from this holiday catalog on page 13. So like I said, you have the great stamp set there. And thank you, Robin. Thanksgiving just is coming up so quick. Happy Thanksgiving to you, all of you, actually. So yeah, you've got the dies and the stamp bundle there on page 13. And then where I'm getting my pretty paper that I love, love, love is just a few pages later, and that is page 19. So the Christmas Gleaming variety bundle, I've been using different items from here lately for you guys, the sentiments, almost everything out of there. But the paper, I have been hoarding this paper, shame on me. It is gorgeous. Anytime you see designer series paper when it says specialty, you know that there's something special about the paper, and it's got a lot of foil and embossing in it, and so that makes it pretty fun. So I wanted to show you, not a lot, but some of the pieces. So these were the papers I was hoarding, and you can see the beautiful gold embossing on there. Hi Diane, hi Julie. But on the back side is what made me think, oh, this just looks like the kind of twig that the dove has for the little olive branch. And I thought this would be perfect with the Dove of Hope. And it's actually in very vanilla with Pretty Peacock. And I thought just that vanilla gave it such a soft, nice look too. But as you can see from all the scraps, I save all my scraps and put them in here, that the other pieces have a lot of pretty gold and foil accents on there too, like every piece. And then the back sides are a little bit more tamed down, but still gorgeous. I just love this. I don't know how many packs I bought last year, and this is one of those that fall into the returning favorite category. So that's pretty fun too. Okay, so some of you just jumped on. So here is the card I am making today. So like I said, a lot of it's kind of monochromatic, a lot of very vanilla, Pretty Peacock, but then I just kind of wanted this pop of color to make the card, especially with a busy background. I don't want the card to just blend where nothing stood out and you just kind of have a blah card. So I feel like adding that branch and coloring that part of it in really made things happen. So yeah, and yesterday I did a bird, and it was with a branch too, because I did the cardinal turned into a blue jay. So I'm like, okay, I can't make it look too similar, but yet this is just what I really wanted to do. So those are my rules. I get to make my rules and play by them too, I guess you could say. So let me start by stamping with my Pretty Peacock ink pad here. And I'm going to stamp out that one dove. And so the dove's going to be stamped in the Pretty Peacock like so. And set that aside. And then I think I'm going to just run that through. So the dies that I'm using today, this die here is from that same bundle, Detailed Dove Dies. And I do want to point out, I just got off the phone with a customer, just a reminder that the sale has some exclusions, and the sale does not include holiday catalog items. And then there's a list of a handful of things from the annual catalog. So like these stitch nested labels dies, these are from the annual catalog, so that would be good. But this Dove of Hope bundle doesn't include an extra 10% off. But if you see a bundle in the annual catalog, and bundles are 10%, you would get that same 10% plus another 10% off through tonight. So it's kind of an exciting sale that way, because even though it's 10% off, you're paying 10% less shipping and handling, 10% less sales tax and stuff like that too. So that's kind of nice, or percentage of that off. Okay, so stitch nested dies and detailed dove dies. So I am taking, I just want to set those aside, and I'm going to pull this into the camera view here and get that going like so. So I'm going to pop that on there and frame that die. And on the same piece of Very Vanilla, so yeah, this is Very Vanilla, using the smaller of my stitched labels dies that I have laid out for my project. The labels dies I love, because then you always have that natural neck size kind of up to do the matting with. And I love that they have this great stitching poked edge on there too. That just adds a lot to it. Hello, Diane. Okay, so I'm gonna set that aside, use those two dies, and then slide it. And then this, I'm just going to take the next size up of that nested labels dies and put that on my pretty peacock cardstock. That's just going to help with that extra layer of matting to kind of give another solid color against what is a busy background. Hello, Lisa. So there we have those little dots there too. So let me just set that aside because I think we're all done with the die cutting and can do some more stamping and such. And I think I'm actually going to try and bring this down. I'm always torn between bring it down. I don't want it too close where you can't really see what I'm doing, but anytime I do coloring, I kind of like to bring it closer too. So we'll see here. Okay, so on our very vanilla here, I'm going to take the greeting Peace on Earth and just stamp that out. Like I said, I love that it's such a nice bold image, so that works out so nice. And then with Early Espresso ink, that's where I'm getting that pop of color. I didn't want black because I felt like black, I needed a little bit more color, and black just was going to be maybe too heavy, but yet I wanted it kind of dark too. So, so I'm just going to ink up my branch here and kind of frame my Peace on Earth with that like so. So then we have that, and then I'm just going to kind of set those aside for now because I'm not ready to put that together until I know where it fits kind of on my card. Hi, Joyce. So like I said, it was kind of hard to take this really pretty, it reminds me of like wallpaper from maybe the 70s or 80s in really elegant places. So it was kind of hard for me to go, oh, do I want to not use that? But like I said, I thought this was too perfect. And then something that I haven't used for a while, last year's In Colors, so this is Pretty Peacock, came out with all of this beautiful, I want to always show you the name of it here, scalloped linen ribbon. So it is scalloped on the edges like so, and then it's got that kind of nice natural trim in the middle, but then all 5 colors are lining the outside edges of all of these. So 5 different choices: Purple Posy, Rococo Rose, Seaside Spray, this is Pretty Peacock, Terracotta Tile. So those would be the different color choices that you have for getting this ribbon in. Okay, set that aside, and then I'm just going to take some glue dots here, and I just want to press on the ends of the ribbon and pull that glue dot off of there, and then I'll just kind of attach that to the back side. I want to make sure that I get it nice and tight so that it doesn't have a lot of give here on the front side. I want that to lay nice like so. And even though I'm bringing in kind of crumb cake, it's still a nice neutral color without being white, and that's what I was trying to avoid on my card, and yet gives us a nice bold line of the peacock color too. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Laura. Hi, Linda. It's Linda, the hostess, joining in, which I'm glad. I always think it's fun when the hostess can watch live, even though I know a lot of my hostesses have different schedules, so it always changes that too. All right, so I'm just ready to put that layer down. So I'm having my card open this way just because I liked that layout, but still 5.5, 4 1/4, and then the Designer Series paper is cut 4 by 5 1/4, and then I'm ready to just tack this Pretty Peacock label down, that first layer of that. So I'm just going to kind of center that in that space there, and then I thought this would be fun to pop up, but before I pop that up, I am going to grab my glasses. Here they are. I was going to say, where are my glasses? I know I had them at some point. And I am going to take my blends. I'm going to sit here so I can do a little bit of coloring. And not a lot of coloring. It doesn't take a lot of coloring. So I'm going to actually take the Mossy Metal blends, and with the bullet tip of the light, I'm just going to color that in. And this is another pretty bold image stamp, so it's very easy to just color that in. There's not a lot of detail, and the blends, as you know, just go on smooth, and I'm just going over the whole entire thing with the light Mossy Meadow, capping that. And then with the dark Mossy Meadow, all I'm doing is kind of inking that line that the early espresso ink created in all of those leaves, just for an extra shade. And that really kind of makes that kind of pop the leaves and just makes that look extra nice. So it's one more little step, but it was worth it. And then, oops, I popped my top off my marker so hard. This one has been really sticky. I hit my phone. So I'm just going to fill in those little berries, and that adds a lot of fun color too. So this branch, I think, is just gorgeous on its own. Like, I think I need to just make some kind of design with that branch. And then because the dove has one little holly berry there, I wanted to do that. And then after I made my whole card, kind of as my preview before my video, I thought this guy needed a lot, but I didn't want to do too much because I wanted to keep him monochromatic. So just going over his beak with the mango melody, dark mango melody here, that just added just a little pop of color that made it nice too. So now I'm ready to kind of do the assembly for this part. And so I'm going to take my dimensionals here and put about probably 4 of them on the back side to kind of frame. So like I said, that first part here of the pretty peacock, I just put on with regular adhesive flat. But then I thought it'd be nice to have this kind of lined up and popped up like so. And then I'm also going to pop up my dove by putting a couple dimensionals on my dove then as well. So kind of a double pop in just one of the small areas like so. I want to make sure it fits on, but when I loved how the branch turned out so colorful, I didn't want to cover up too much of the branch with the dove either. So that was kind of my thinking there. And then you can always, I have a dimensional underneath there, but you can always kind of just flip those wings like so and have that kind of go out. So that's that part. I'm going to use my branch here for the inside, but I've stamped it in that early espresso color. So now I'm just going to clean that off here quick, and that way it's ready to use with the pretty peacock, because the inside I just want to be pretty low key. So I just have a 4 by 5 1/4 piece here for the inside, and then the sentiment that comes with the stamp set is on there, so I can just stamp that out in pretty peacock. May your season be filled with all the wonder and blessings of Christmas. I love that it has kind of a nice font that's easy to read but looks kind of nice for Christmas as well. And then my branch, I was trying to think which direction I had that going when I stamped it on my sample. Okay, so that I'm just going to kind of put in the corner like so with a pretty peacock. Very, very simple inside there. And then I'm going to flip that over and put my adhesive on. Hello, Amy. Thanks for joining in. Miss you like crazy. Okay, so that's ready to go. And I love the look of the very vanilla with the pretty peacock too. So I think that's kind of nice too. Not that white doesn't look good, but I think just with the tone of the pretty peacock, the very vanilla just is really rich and sharp with that too. Then of course, never fear, I have a plan for embellishments. And something that I haven't given a lot of love and attention to, but I love these, is the wonderful gems. And why I thought this was a perfect fit tonight, I've been using the blue adhesive back gems, and those had the balmy blue and pretty peacock combination in there, which would be great for this. So if you have those, that would work too, because this is obviously that pretty peacock color. But with these wonderful gems, and they are from the holiday catalog, if you can see in the clear ones, there's kind of that gold kind of vintage look that is woven or kind of like pressed in there. And I thought that was just so beautiful because these are clear, but it would bring in kind of that crafty vanilla look as well. And usually I'll do 3 of these for an embellishment, but I kind of put on a couple of them. They want to come off my sheet. I think I need to get more tacky going on with my take your pick, and I think my embellishments would be happier. There we go. So I put on these 2, and I just felt like, okay, and I even tried rearranging, and I just felt like I wanted them on this piece, not here to get lost in the busy background. And after I put on 2, I just felt like, okay, I'm really happy with 2. So, so that's kind of how that turned out. Oh, Amy, you're too cute. Amy just placed an order, but she says she might now need to order some more. Well, this isn't 10, well, the bundle, because it's a bundle, is 10% off. But yeah, sometimes it's sad when I have to tell people that didn't qualify for the 10% off savings because it's from the holiday, not the annual catalog. But I try never to pass up any kind of sale. And so I usually find something else. Okay, so that's the card, and there is the inside with the branch kind of following through with the theme. But like I said, I loved how this kind of little olive branch sprig really tied in with the brightly gleaming paper, and the 2 weren't meant to go together, but you know how Stampin' Up! Does that. Everything is like so coordinating all the time. It just makes stamping fun, especially for somebody who's not naturally artistic like me. It just makes it fun because all the work is done for us. So alrighty, so that already wraps up Linda Sampson's virtual party. Can you believe it? That is card number 3 already. And so it's been fun bringing you some extra samples. And I do kind of have, yes, Amy, Lisa says you're in good hands with needing to maybe place another order. That's too fun. And Joan, yeah, it is a very calm and peaceful card. And so that's what I've loved about the dove, is it could be very Christmassy. I was commissioned to make a special card for somebody, one of my classmates. As a friend, she said, could you make something for a confirmation card? And so I thought, well, the dove kind of made a neat confirmation card. I did the dove with a cross, and that was kind of nice. And then just having that option too for sympathy. So who knew, like a Christmas set would make a great sympathy card too. So that is an option with that too. So that is card number 3, and Linda's code is posted here. I will now upload that, and then I'll also put a note with the upload with her host code that will remind you that she's leaving her party open until December 12th. And look for me on Friday at some point. I'm not sure. My college boys are home, so I think I'm going to be spending a ton of time in the kitchen cooking for them, and they've already given me their list of favorite things that they want me to make, and I've got lots of stuff laid out, and I went to the grocery store again to get those last minute things to make everything happen, and I thoroughly enjoy that, and it's so worth it to see the joy that they get from that. If that's what it takes, it's just fun to see that. But Friday I want to pop on just for a little bit to give you a sneak peek. A lot of you have asked what Paper Pumpkin is all about. Some of you are subscribers already to that monthly all-inclusive kit. And so what I think I want to do is just open a box, show you what is in a particular monthly kit, and then give it away. How fun would that be? So I got my November kit, love it, but I'm gonna give it away because that's what I think would be fun, to spread more joy and to get that in your hands before the holiday season. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So even if you can't watch live, know that I'm gonna keep the giveaway open for a few days, but not too many, because I want to get that mailed out, and that way you have time. Amy says, can you show us your craft space sometime? You know what? Why not right now? So, okay, so I did some reorganizing. Okay, so here is my, like, it's nothing glamorous. So here's my paper. So this is where I am, and this is, I've got my lighting to do my video, and this is kind of my workspace. So it has my radio in the corner. My son gave me, so I can Bluetooth my phone to my speaker to have my audiobooks or my music louder. And there we go there. And my drawer pulled out. I usually store my trimmer right there for kind of extra counter space. And Then I can have my iPad there, and I have kind of my embellishments right there. You can see out my back window. I don't see any deer tonight, but usually there are. And then I have my ink pads, and then I have just more stuff, refills and all that kind of stuff. I do in my desk drawer here have, I could have probably done a whole separate video, but I have my punches in there, and punches that I can't part with but have retired I have back there. And here is where I store all my blocks that I'm not using right now. Several stamps are on my block, so I have that, and kind of my watercolor pens, things like that. And then underneath here at my fingertips, I have all the 12 by 12 paper in there, and I have it organized kind of by annual catalog, holiday, Christmas, and such like that. And then it gets messier, but I have kind of my cards that I've made. When I go to vendor events and want to sell my cards, they're there. My blends are up there. And then my retired stamps are all kind of there. And then I have a dear friend on my team that gave me this kind of turnaround unit. So I have all the current stamp sets in this unit alphabetized. And so this is annual catalog, and then it goes holiday catalog, and then like the punches, so you can see brightly gleaming in my moose. And then down here is where I put things that I'm currently using, so that I know that I use Good Morning Magnolia, for instance, in my November stamp camp. So that's not going to be put up here because there's stamps missing on it. So I have my little whirly twirly way of organizing everything, and it works for me. And then I have my Ross cog that kind of has that's where I put my stamps and projects that are kind of in the middle of everything, and also like my my stamps. So those are all the stamps kind of that I've used within this month for stamp camp and like Linda's party and such. So I did do some, like I said, some reorganizing. I have another desk here that kind of has my trimmer on it, but I try to keep this desk clear. So like this was Linda's card from the other day. So a lot of times I move things from desk A to desk B, but I try and keep this open because this is also where I do all the records for our farm and business and such. So I have to have a desktop there to run numbers too. So that's kind of how that goes. So hopefully that was kind of some kind of thing. Well, it's not all that organized, but it works for me. And both personal and business, farm, stamping, everything can be found. My family just isn't awe. Sometimes I can find things in seconds. And so if that works for me, I'm going to kind of have it like that. And I do, you know, don't we all kind of kink things around to make it a little bit more efficient here and there too. So are you for hire, Amy? No. So yeah, so it gives me great joy to have a room that I can walk out of, close the door, and yet close the door and be in it too, so that I can have my time too. And a lot of times I'll cut projects and bring them out to the living room and put cards together with hubby, because he likes to watch TV if he's home and has time to relax that way too. So that way we're not so far apart. And I don't have a TV in here. A lot of people have a TV in their craft room, but I don't. So he can't come join me. There's not enough room. So Linda, thanks for wanting to hire me too. But yeah, I think I'll stick with what I'm doing. So you guys have a great Thanksgiving. And if you have any questions, let me know if you need any help with your orders to get those in before the sale officially ends tonight. Let me know about that too. Because some of you, I love doing that for, others like to do it on their own, and all of that is good. So thank you so much, Amy, for asking. And then you know that I didn't put a lot of work into reorganizing, and you got what you got because it was so just sporadic here. So once again, happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you guys just for a short bit on Friday. Take care.